What if I told you our solar system is hiding mysteries that scientists still can't fully explain? We live in a cosmic neighborhood with the Sun at its center and 8 major planets orbiting around it. But the more we explore, the stranger it becomes. Let's start with the Sun. The Sun contains about 99.8% of the entire mass of our solar system. And the sunlight you see right now actually left the Sun about 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. The Sun's visible surface is around 5,500 degrees Celsius, while its outer atmosphere, called the corona, can reach millions of degrees. Scientists know magnetic activity plays a major role, but exactly why the corona becomes so incredibly hot is still an active area of research. Now let's travel to Venus. Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, even though Mercury is closer to the Sun. Why? Because Venus has an incredibly thick atmosphere dominated by carbon dioxide. It traps heat through an extreme greenhouse effect. The surface temperature can reach around 465 degrees Celsius. And here's the crazy part. A single rotation of Venus takes about 243 Earth days. Its year takes only about 225 days. So on Venus, a day is actually longer than a year. Now let's come home to Earth. Earth has something incredibly valuable that we know of nowhere else for certain. Liquid water covering a huge portion of its surface. Our planet also has a powerful magnetic field generated deep inside Earth. This invisible shield helps protect our atmosphere from charged particles constantly streaming from the Sun. Now look at our Moon. The Moon is slowly moving away from Earth at about 3.8 centimeters every year. Billions of years ago, the Moon was much closer to our planet. So the Moon we see today is not exactly the same Moon ancient Earth saw. Now let's head to Mars. Mars is home to Olympus Mons, the largest known volcano in the solar system. It rises about 22 kilometers above the surrounding plains. But Mars has an even bigger mystery. Billions of years ago, its surface appears to have been much warmer and wetter. Scientists have found evidence of ancient rivers, lakes, and flowing water. So what happened? And one huge question remains. Could ancient Mars have once supported microscopic life? Now we reach Jupiter. Jupiter is so enormous that more than 1,000 Earths could fit inside it by volume. And then there's the Great Red Spot. A gigantic storm that has existed for centuries. It is larger than Earth. Imagine a storm so enormous that our entire planet could fit inside it. Jupiter's enormous gravity also strongly influences asteroids and comets traveling through the solar system. Now let's move to Saturn. Saturn's famous rings look like solid bands from far away. But they are actually made of countless pieces of ice and rock. Some are tiny particles, while others are much larger. And Saturn has one of the strangest moons we know. Titan. Titan has a thick atmosphere and rivers, lakes, and seas on its surface. But they aren't made of water. They are mainly liquid methane and ethane. Now travel to Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. Europa is covered by a thick layer of ice. And beneath that frozen surface, scientists believe there may be a huge global ocean of liquid water. That makes Europa one of the most exciting places to investigate when searching for environments that could potentially support life. Now comes Uranus. Uranus is one of the strangest planets in the solar system. It rotates almost completely on its side. Its axial tilt is about 98 degrees. This creates incredibly extreme seasons that last for decades. Then we reach Neptune. Neptune is the most distant major planet from the Sun. And despite receiving very little sunlight, its atmosphere is incredibly violent. Winds on Neptune can reach more than 2,000 kilometers per hour. That makes them some of the fastest planetary winds ever measured. And 1 year on Neptune lasts about 165 Earth years. But the mysteries don't stop there. Beyond Neptune lies Pluto. Once called the ninth planet, Pluto is now classified as a dwarf planet. When NASA's New Horizons spacecraft flew past Pluto in 2015, it revealed a surprisingly complex world. Pluto has towering mountains made of water ice, glacier of frozen nitrogen, and a huge heart-shaped region across its surface. It also has 5 known moons. And its largest moon, Charon, is enormous compared with Pluto. But here's where things become even more mysterious. Far beyond Neptune, astronomers have discovered distant objects following unusual orbits. These strange orbital patterns have led scientists to investigate whether another large planet could exist far beyond Neptune. It's often called Planet 9. But remember, Planet 9 has never been directly discovered. It remains a scientific hypothesis. And now we reach one of the biggest questions. Where does our solar system actually end? There isn't a simple wall separating our solar system from interstellar space. The Sun constantly sends out a stream of charged particles called the solar wind. Eventually, that solar wind becomes too weak to dominate the surrounding space. This boundary is called the heliopause. And humanity has already sent spacecraft beyond it. The Voyager spacecraft have traveled into interstellar space after decades of exploration. Think about that. Humans built machines on Earth and sent them beyond the protective bubble created by our own Sun. And yet, compared with the enormous size of the solar system and the Milky Way, we have explored almost nothing. Our solar system is just one tiny neighborhood inside a galaxy containing hundreds of billions of stars. And many of those stars have planets of their own. So perhaps the biggest mystery isn't what we already know. It's what we haven't discovered yet. Unknown worlds. Unexplored moons. Hidden oceans. Strange atmospheres. And perhaps places where life could exist in ways we have never imagined. Every planet has a story. Every moon hides a mystery. And every distant object could teach us something about where we came from. The solar system may be our home. But it is far from fully understood. This is our cosmic neighborhood. And we are only beginning to uncover its secrets.